Chodesh Tov, Agut Chodesh. We're learning Mishna Nedarim, Parak Vav, Chapter 6, Mishnah Aleph, Mishnah 1. Today's learning is sponsored by the Garland family for Refuah Shalema for Gavriel ben Etel Gita. Okay. Mishnah Aleph. Hanaydim and Amavushal. Now, quick introduction. We've had this rule before, but this rule is going to be very relevant to this Mishnah, and that is that when it comes to Nedarim, when it comes to making a neder, we follow how people use the word. Even if it's not exactly how the Torah uses it, the way people use the word, that is what the word means for a neder. The principle is, Nedarim halach achar lashon b'nei adam. In regard to Nedarim, we follow the language of the people. Okay, so now we've had a few examples of that before, and now we will have other examples of that. So Mishnah Aleph reads, Hanoider min ha'mavushal, one who makes a neder that prohibits him from eating mavushal. Okay, that's the word, mavushal. Now, mavushal we very often will use in the context of cooking, right? Cooking halachically, the word bishul halachically means cooking it in a liquid. Okay, I mean if something is roasted, it can be considered like cooked also. But I'm saying when you're talking about the word itself in halachic terms means cooked in water. And now the question is what the word mavushal, how people use it, and the ramification of that will be what's included in the neder. So says the Mishnah, if one makes a neder, he forbids himself from mavushal, mutter betzaliyah b'shalak. He is permitted in something roasted, or in something shalak. Shalak means overcooked, right? There's a certain point where something is cooked and it's considered, it's now cooked up, it's already cooked, and then there's overcooked. So when it comes to a vow, if the neder is from mavushal, when people say the word mavushal, they do not mean roasted or overcooked. And therefore anything roasted or overcooked is going to be permissible to this person. Now, the next example is a little bit of a difference. The word is different. Omar kainim tavshil sheini tayim. A person says konim like a carbon, that I will not taste a tafshil. Now there's a couple of more words here also. We have the word konim here. We have the word sheni tayim, I'm not tasting. Those words don't make the difference, aren't what makes the difference here. Mm-hmm. What's going to make the difference here is the fact that the neder is from tavshil. Right? It's got the same root as mavushal, but it's a different form of the word. And therefore, says the Mishnah, Aser b'mais kadei rarach umuter ba'aveh. He is allowed to eat mais kadei. He is allowed to eat food made in a pot. That's what mais kadei means. Food made in a pot. And food made in a pot means that, first of all, it's been boiled, right? It's been boiled for a long time. It's like a porridge. It's like a cereal, okay? So it's taking something that you put it in a pot, you boil it for a long time, and you eat it with bread. That is a very important part of this part of the Mishnah. It is something that you eat with bread. Now again, Maisa Kadeira means something that is boiled for a long time in a pot. When a person says the word tafshil means something you would eat with bread. And therefore, Asr b'Maisa Kadeira rach, if it's something soft that's made in a pot, with the example they give is a runny porridge, that is usr. That he's not allowed to eat. Usr b'mais kadei rarach. He's forbidden to eat a soft food made in a pot. Umutter ba'aveh. But he is permitted in a solid food that's made in a pot, because the solid food is something that is not eaten with bread. So when it comes to what we call here ma'isa kadeira, made in a pot, which is going to be something that is boiled up for a long time, it could be soft or it could be hard. It could be a runny porridge, it could be a thick porridge. If the person said the word tafshil means something that's eaten together with bread, and that would only be something that is soft and runny, not something soft, not something hard. And therefore, the ma'isa kadeira that is soft, what's made in a pot that's soft, will be forbidden, because that's including the word tafshil. something hard made in a pot, like a thick porridge, which is not eaten with bread, is not going to be included in his neder. Another thing, umuter, this person again, his neder was from Tafshil, he will be permitted bebeitzas teramita. Beitzas teramita means a taramita egg, right? What is a taramita egg? They explain that to mean a taramita egg was an egg cooked in hot water, in such a way that it did not become hard at all.
Soft-boiled egg.
Doesn't say that. No, doesn't say that. We're talking about the egg is boiled in the water. I don't know how you do it, but it does not become hard at all. Does that mean soft-boiled? I don't know. And it was used, they bring down here, it was used for medicinal purposes. Okay? This is not something you would bread. And therefore the word tavshil doesn't include it. Another thing that's not included in the word tavshil is ubedila'as haramutza. Blas haramutza means the gourd that is baked in hot ashes. And they explain this refers to a species of gourd that is naturally bitter, but upon being baked in hot ashes becomes sweet and edible. But again, it's not eaten with bread. It's not eaten with bread, it's not included in the word tavshil. So therefore, when he made his neder from tavshil, it only includes something eaten with bread, which the example given in the Mishnah is a mais kader, something boiled in a pot that comes out soft, not something boiled in a pot that comes out hard, nor will include this beitzas tarmita, the egg cooked in the hot water, that again, even though it doesn't become hard at all, it's not eaten with bread, and lasara mutza, this gourd that's baked in the hot ash, also not eaten in bread, and therefore he would be permitted to eat it. Have a wonderful day. A good Chodesh. Chodesh Tov.
Good Chodesh. Thank you.
What was that last bit?